So this week has been about getting ourselves organized to go on our trip, which is coming up at the end of the week. So, yeah, a lot of things to do. But I bet you're wondering, what is our motivation for our trip plan? So it started off with us. Hey, Brent.
Hello.
It started off with us going to the Grand Design Rally, and then
In Edmonton.
COVID hit. So we started to rethink our plan. We waited out to see if maybe we'd still keep the same trip route.
Yeah.
And then we found out that the borders were not going to be opening in time. In fact, coming into the middle of June, they're talking about extending the border opening into July. And if they're doing well, here in BC, we're doing amazing.
Yeah, we're doing really well up here. They're thinking about putting phase 3 in a little bit earlier than planned, but we're still on phase 2.
Well, they were waiting the 2 weeks, the incubation period of when the kids went back to school. So for the last little bit of the school year. So we've got our Daring to Dream shirts, which arrived the other day on, yes. Because we're excited to go and share with you what our trip plan is. Now that we've finalized everything, we have sites booked, we have basically everything.
Everything is planned. I'm gonna the last 6 days of our trip, we're gonna wing it.
Yeah.
No reservations. We're just gonna show up. Taking a page out of Mark and Trish's book, and hopefully it works. If not, well, we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. So I'm good with that.
Go inside and we'll share with you how we went about planning the rest of our trip. Hi there. This week we just want to give you a sneak preview of our trip that we've got coming up in a couple of days. So, and today is our 50th episode.
5-0.
Yay, Wrigley.
Wrigley's happy about it.
I think somebody was just passing the trailer. She wanted to say hi. Okay, so what we wanted to talk about was where we're going. So we're basically going from here in sunny South Surrey, BC, to Salmon Arm. And then we're going to head through Edmonton and go into Saskatchewan. And I'll show you a clip of our route that we are planning to take.
A few historic sites along the way, of course.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're RVing. We're on a trip. We got 3 weeks, and we're going to relax.
So no real timeline, really. We've got things booked, but initially we made our trip plan to go along with the Grand Design Rally, the first one that was supposed to happen in Canada, but thanks to COVID, that was canceled, like many other things. So that also meant that our trip stateside, we were going to go into Montana and Wyoming and go down to Yellowstone Park and then come back through Idaho and Oregon. That was also canceled because the borders are still not open, and they aren't going to be opening those until, looks like, sometime in July now. They're pushing it back another month, I believe. It's supposed to open on June 21st, but they're still not sure that that's going to happen because we still have quite a few new cases in other areas that may affect our success here in BC. How do we go about choosing our destinations? So like I said, we were planning to go to the Grand Design Rally just outside of Edmonton. And I'm like, yeah, let's go see my brother over there. And on our way out, we are stopping in Salmon Arm for a few days just to say hi to Brent's daughter and the grandkids.
New granddaughter, Amelia, that we haven't met yet.
Yeah, she's like 7 months old already. So it's about time we saw that child, other than on Facebook clips. So when we're in Salmon Arm, we're going to be staying at the Harvest House, 2 different sites.
This will be our first trip staying at a Harvest House. We're going to hit 2 different places, and we'll check that out. We bought a membership this past winter, and thought we've got to give it a try.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it, actually. The 2 places that we do have picked out, one's a dairy farm that makes their own cheese and milk and dairy products, like yogurt and stuff like that. So I'm good with that. The second place is actually a farmer's market in Salmon Arm. And, well, we can pick up all of our vegetables and fruits or whatever we need there.
Yeah. So the rest of our stops, we had booked a stop in Golden, and so we didn't cancel that. And we also had a stop in just outside of Jasper, so we didn't cancel those. We added an extra day to Jasper, so we're going to do a little bit of exploring in Jasper while we're there.
From our original trip plan, we were heading through that area anyways to go to the rally in Edmonton, so we kept the original plans there. After Edmonton, we were going to be heading south into the States, but since that plan was kiboshed by COVID, we're heading east into Saskatchewan instead, and we'll check out some stuff that way.
So when you were looking for places to stay, you were looking at Passport America and Good Sam.
Yes.
2 other memberships that we have.
Yes, Passport America, we ended up getting a few good deals, and we ended up becoming lifetime memberships, or having a lifetime membership.
Yay!
So it was a no-brainer for the deal that we got, and we're saving lots of money. Probably within 3 years, the entire membership will be paid for, and I think it's going to be well worth it.
Good Sam's been helpful here and there
Good Sam
too.
has been good as well.
Yeah, so when we made some purchases at Camping World, we purchased a Good Sam membership and saved 10% on our purchases. So after Jasper, we're going to go visit my brother just outside of Edmonton. So he has 80 acres there, so we're going to mooch dock off of him just for one night. And from there, we're going to head 4.5 hours east to Saskatoon. And neither of us have ever been. I've never been there.
Neither of us have been to Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So Saskatoon being the largest city in Saskatchewan. Yeah, it's even tough for Canadians sometimes. It should be pretty good.
Yeah, so I think Humboldt is really close to there. So
Humboldt is very close to Saskatchewan, or Saskatoon.
It's in Saskatchewan.
Yes.
So we'll go pay respects to them over there.
The Broncos.
From Saskatoon, we're going to head down to Moose Jaw.
And almost exactly halfway is the world's largest coffee pot.
Sweet!
In Davidson, Saskatchewan. Yeah, we'll stop by that and we'll check it out.
I'll take some pictures,
Yeah.
do some video footage. From there, we are going to...
Well, into Moose Jaw, where
Oh, yeah.
we've got to see Mac the Moose, the world's largest moose. He's, I believe, 34 feet tall.
Yeah, so we're going to check out Mac the Moose. He was in the news not too long ago.
Yes, and possibly the tunnels of Moose Jaw that were mainly used in Prohibition, so it's been quite a while. They still have tunnels there. I'm not sure if they're open right now due to COVID, but hopefully they will be, since they're getting into phase 3 in Saskatchewan right now.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're doing well in Canada with this COVID thing. From Moose Jaw, we're going to head back west, and we're going to stop in Calgary. Probably going to take 2 days to do that.
That'll
stretch.
probably, well, we could do it in 1 day, but 6.5 hours driving with the rig, it doesn't seem like that much, but yeah, it's probably on the borderline of too much. So we're probably going to hit either Tabor or Lethbridge, and we'll check out a couple of Passport America sites there. I know there's one in Tabor, one in Lethbridge, and then we'll head on to Calgary the next day.
Yeah, I mean 6 hours may not sound like a lot of driving to any of you, but I mean, if I'm not, whether I'm driving or not, if I sit still too long, I cramp right up and I can't walk. So like, hang on, I'm getting out of the truck. Wait for it. It's happening. So yeah, the shorter trips are welcomed.
Yeah, 3-4 hours is a good day of travel, especially when you're on holidays. You don't want to be rushing from one place to another and hurting the next day because you drove too far the previous.
Yeah. So, and in Calgary is Mom.
Yeah. Mom.
So we're gonna stop, spend a couple of days with Brent's mom, and some of his friends that live out there as well.
Yeah, I've got a few buddies from high school that still live there, and we've already set up some barbecue time and bevy time, shall we say?
And then after Calgary, we're gonna head back into BC, and we're gonna stop in Cranbrook. We have a place that we've booked, and so what's interesting about Cranbrook is, well, there's Kimberley that's really close. I think it's like maybe an hour.
No, I think it's less than that. I think it's like 20 minutes.
Okay. It's
Don't
really
quote
close.
me. If you live in the Kimberley or Cranbrook area and I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I believe it's 20 minutes or maybe half an hour.
Anyways, it's really close together. And also Fort Steele is there. And so we're going to check out some of those historic sites. And maybe try out some, I think there was a brewery I saw that was there. Maybe check out the brewery if it's open. And we'll see. Just see what there is to see there.
It's vacation time. That's
Right.
what you do.
And then our last planned stop, well, second last really, is Grand Forks.
That's the last place that we have reservations is in Grand Forks.
So, and close to there is Christina Lake, so we'll get the boat out and do some, Brent can do some fishing and and I'll probably do some rowing. I don't know, maybe he'll just kick me out of the boat altogether. And we've heard that Grand Forks presently is, I think they've gone past the flood warnings.
They've had their high water meet, and I actually spoke with the RV park there, Riviera RV Park, right on the banks of the river there, and the water is still flowing fairly rapidly, but it has crested and it's starting to go down, so hopefully they don't have too much rain in the next week or two, and we'll be able to get some tubing in, or maybe some horseback riding or whatever.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the last stop we're going to make is in Princeton, where we have a good friend's son that lives there. So we'll stop and check out his new digs. They moved up there a couple of years ago.
Yeah. After that, we're gonna wing it on the way back.
Yeah, after Grand Forks, we don't really have anything
We
booked.
don't have anything booked. It should be fine.
Yeah.
But if not, well,
It's still
we
early
can
in
pull
the
over anywhere.
We're still early in the summer, and I mean, after we get through our 3 days of boondocking at the Harvest Host, we'll have a better handle on it, and we won't be so cautious to stop and just, okay, this looks like a good spot. So that's what our plans are. So we'll see you out on the road.
If you see us, come and say hi.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
So we'll see you out on the road somewhere. Remember to subscribe.
And ring that bell for notifications. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. You can lead the way or what?
Yep. Hi there.
Hang on, I gotta turn the light on, babes. A little bit. Another subject. Oh, that's better. Ah! Woo! Oh, turn it off.
Hi there. Wrigley.